So this week we're going to focus on two things, using a canvas and using the spline tool. If you've used drawing tools before, like Photoshop or Illustrator, there's something called a pen tool. And so the spline tool is very similar to that. It's a confusing tool to use at first, and you only get better at it with practice. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to break this, what we're going to do, down into a series of videos because having 17 minutes at once is too much. But I opened the finished product. We're not going to do the circle on top or the donut on top, but I opened the finished product because you need to think about what you're going to make. So if we want to make the charger head, there's actually two layers to it. There's the first layer with this outer outline. So I had to use the spline tool once. So sketch 1, if I turn it on, is that outer outline, and then I extruded it. And then to get the lightning bolt on top, and you can see there's a dark black line, I had to use the spline tool on the surface of the horse's head. So we're going to be doing the same thing. And now I didn't just draw this because I'm a good drawer. I actually had the picture of the horse's head underneath, and that's called a canvas. So that's what we'll start with. So I am going to close this panel, and I'm going to close our finished product. And then the first thing we'll do is bring in our canvas. So to do that, you click Insert Canvas. And you need to know where your picture is saved. So I'm going to insert from my computer. The folder where I have it is already opened. And I'm going to choose that. And I'm going to say that I want it on the bottom. So I want it on the floor. Now, it's giving me some placement options. So I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees because I want this to be the top. And now, you know, that's the move tool, but these things right here, this little line and this corner line and this are all scale tools, and you can see it's pretty small. So I'm going to use the scale tool and pull it out. And once I start pulling, if I want to, I can type in a number instead. And I'm pretty happy with 4. So I'm going to hit 4 and I'm going to hit enter. And then you can see on my floor is the picture I want to trace. So I'm going to go back to home for a second. So in order to trace with the spline tool, we need to create a new sketch. So I create a new sketch. I'm going to click the floor because that's where my canvas is. And then I really want to see this upright. So I'm going to rotate my canvas by 90 degrees. Okay, and now I am ready to trace. So if I zoom in, I'll be ready to use the spline tool. My mouse is acting a little wonky, so I'm going to stop here because the spline explanation takes a good 5 minutes anyway. So this is just what the assignment's about and how to place your canvas. So I will see you with the spline tool in the next video.